The Competition Commission wants the Competition Tribunal to expose the maximum penalty on pharmaceutical retail chain Dis-Chem for inflating prices during the lockdown period. The Commission has found the company increased prices on essential items such as surgical face masks between 43 to 261% between February and April. Dis-Chem has denied the allegations. Competition Commissioner Thembinkosi Bonakele joins us now on the line. Mr. Bonakele, a very good morning to you. Let's just go back in terms of context. Why was Dis-Chem found out and how did this process start? How were they reported?
Morning, Desiree. We since the lockdown, there have been regulations published on excessive pricing. We ourselves have gone out and have spoken to retailers and producers of some of these products to really be careful about pricing, especially exploitative pricing during this crisis. And so despite all of that, we received a number of complaints from people sent by WhatsApp, email, and so on face masks. And one of the companies that was accused of this by consumers, not ourselves, is Dis-Chem, and I think it is the right thing that Dis-Chem wants to defend this at the tribunal themselves.
Just take us through the details you have at that moment. 43 to 261% inflation has come, the number that's come out of the commission. How did you get to these numbers?
Well, these are real prices. We got receipts literally of products for February, and then we looked at receipts for March. And this is what they reveal. In some instances, there are consumers, a customer who goes to a store and buys these masks, goes to a store 2 hours later and finds that there has been a huge and shocking price increase.
So you saying you encourage Dis-Chem's response of opposing this? Why is that?
No, because we have been talking informally to the retailers and pharmacy groups about pricing. And I think it's high time now that they must answer before the tribunal, because we've done everything we can to use moral suasion. And now I think it's time for the law to take its course.
Are you able to tell us which other retailers and pharmacists or any other businesses that are taking advantage of this time?
At this stage, I won't do that, except to confirm that we do have a pipeline of prosecutions that we have lined up. We have already moved against other ones, maybe less known. We've confirmed the settlement with one of them, pharmacies, for example, a small pharmacy. And this is one of the first big ones that we are pursuing.
What is your response to the Dis-Chem CEO's assertion that it's not necessarily inflation because of increasing prices globally? They then had to match up their increasing costs as well.
Well, that's a good try, but we also looked at gross margins. Gross margins increased from 20% to 45%. How does he explain that one?
Yeah. So just generally, what sort of message can we send out to businesses out there, especially the ones that are providing services that are needed at this time of the fight against coronavirus and this time of lockdown? What message can the Competition Commission put out to these retailers in terms of how they treat consumers?
I think that we are calling for people's sense of solidarity and patriotism at this time, just like as the president has done last night. People who sell these essential products ought to appreciate that these are literally life-saving items right now. So they should not be exploitative and take advantage of cash-strapped consumers. And from our side, we will do everything possible to prevent that from happening.
What sort of timeframes are we looking at in terms of completing these processes? As Dis-Chem says, it'll approach it'll oppose this suggestion.
Well, fortunately, we have now also new rules that are applicable during the disaster that fast-track the hearings of these cases. The case that is being heard, there's a case being heard today also involving facial masks. That case took about 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks for the tribunal to set that case down at the tribunal. That's a case against Babelefi, which is also about price increases for face masks.
Thembinkosi Bonakele, thank you so much for talking to us this morning.
It's a pleasure.
It was the Competition Commissioner, Thembinkosi Bonakele.